Pick the wrong shirt for this.
What up, everybody?
Hey.
Howdy, howdy, howdy. Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Allie is over there eating a salad.
Salad.
She's going to join us as soon as she's done eating that salad.
I'm almost done.
But welcome, everybody. Hi, everybody in the chat. Let us know where you're from, where you're watching from. Hopefully the mic works better this live stream. I changed out. It's a completely different mic, so hopefully it works. Let us know if you can hear us and see us okay, please. Should be a pretty fun show. We're just going to hang out and answer some questions. I got my adult beverage. Callie has her adult beverage.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers. Mine's got Goku on the front of it. Isn't that
Mine
cool?
has zebra tap. Can't see it. You can't see it.
How do I make it not blurry again?
Well,
Like that?
It just got back, and then
Did
you
it?
put your hand there. Wait
There
for
it
it.
is.
Wait for it.
Drink it on a Monday night. It's just a glass of wine. Just a glass of wine. It is almost Halloween.
We're not drinking, we're sipping.
Kool-Aid.
So
True. There's
get
Allie.
your verbs right.
Oh, babe, look, your shirt matches my wine glass.
And my
Cups.
Oh, and you also have.
I got the
You have
piccolo.
piccolo.
This is adult grape juice.
That's true. That's
If
true.
you don't like it,
Smushed
Hey.
by dirty feet.
well, that's not my problem, actually.
How have sales been lately? Sales have been pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. Our eBay's been getting a lot better. So we've been focusing on listing more and more stuff. Callie's actually been listing again too recently because
Shoes.
Cheers.
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 Cheers to
Sparkling.
another Monday night live
Ew.
show. Cheers to all you guys too. Thank you for being here and watching.
Oh, Mochi's mad.
Mochi.
She's trying to lay on the chaise, and there's a pillow in her. Oh, hold on one second.
It's in her
She's
spot.
really upset. I wish you could see this.
Everything for the
I
bulldog.
wish dogs had like thumbs, so she could move the pillow on her own.
True. I made a few sales today from Beanie Babies that I found at a Goodwill. Interesting. That's pretty cool. I feel like all the 90s stuff
That's
is
awesome.
like coming back. Like Beanie Babies, you couldn't give them away, and now they're selling again. So
Which
that's cool.
Beanie Babies did you sell? Now I'm curious.
Right?
Like, how old were they?
Pokemon cards are making a huge comeback.
Shows the bone
Baseball, basketball cards.
Oh, I thought Beanie Babies weren't really
Most
like
of
a
them are
hot
not.
commodity.
Most of them are not. I think there's still certain
There's some
ones
really
that
rare
sell, but
things, like if it has a mistake or something's wrong with it. Not like a normal Beanie Baby, but like
yeah. But
ones that
even
have
even
things wrong with
usually
them.
those super high priced ones are not
What's this?
worth as much as they say.
Mochi was chewing on this.
I have around 150 items listed. Would my items sell better if I had a store? So your items don't sell better just because you have a store. That doesn't, like, having a store doesn't just automatically increase your sales. It's all about just listing the right items and staying consistent, like listing stuff every single day, and then listing stuff that's in demand that people want to buy. If you're listing 1,000 items and it's not stuff that people want to buy, you're probably not going to make sales. But you could list one item that everybody wants to buy, and that'll sell
At the right price, right?
right
Like
price.
printer ink. We
True.
could list printer ink, and we could list it too high, and we could just not sell it ever, or we could list it at the right price, and it could sell within the first 30 minutes of us listing it.
True.
Because people are watching that. So it's all about how well you are at pricing
True.
based off of what's listed and sold comps, right? But listed also will affect that. And other factors like the sell-through rate. That does matter.
Now, having a store does allow you to do certain things like run a store sale. That could help
about to ask that.
increase. Yes, that could help increase sales for sure. That's pretty crazy. JE says, I'm so happy I found your channel. I started at the end of September. I found your channel 2 weeks ago. Our house burnt down and I lost my job because of coronavirus, and I've made almost $500 so far. Well,
my
first of
gosh.
all,
Good on
yeah,
you for like
persevering, because that's crazy. I know a lot of people are going through very, very difficult times right now, and a lot of people are using reselling to kind of supplement lost income. And I think that's a great thing if you're able to persevere and put some time and effort into building a little side business. I think that's really cool. So congrats to you.
Yeah,
That's awesome. I know that's really hard too. So
that's very hard.
how do you sell outside the US, perhaps Canada? So we do the global shipping program on eBay. It's not right for everybody. We do it because it's easy and we don't get returns. But you could also just do international shipping. So you could use, like, Pirate Ship has simple export rates. So if you're shipping like a first class item, you could use Pirate Ship to ship it that way. But yeah, you just have to add that to your category when listing.
Do it.
Do we need a forklift? No, we don't really need a forklift. I think that we could probably do with some pallets and a pallet jack, but we don't really need. I don't want to scale that big. I don't want.
We
Like,
definitely don't need a forklift.
we don't
The
need a
forklift
forklift.
is almost too big for that space. Too,
That's true, 'cause it's
considering what we
kinda-
have in there.
Yeah.
Unless it's in the other warehouse.
It's not needed. Like, no,
Not for us. No.
We don't want to do that.
It'd be fun to drive though.
It would be fun to drive.
If we ever had too much inventory that we could handle, because we don't want to take on any more employees, we would wholesale it on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And share the profits, you know?
So, guys and girls, whatever questions you have during the chat or during the live show, we're going to be on here until 9 p.m. So for an hour, just put it in the chat. We'll read your questions and try to answer your questions. If we miss your question, just ask it again. There's a lot of people in here already. There's 200 people watching. So just ask it again, and we'll do our best to get to your questions.
But please don't spam questions, obviously. Goes without saying.
Of course.
And hit that thumbs up button.
Yeah, for sure. And then today, the title of today's video was actually Allie's. The title is How to Make Your Online Store Better. So
Yeah.
I want to kind of talk about, like, we can talk about eBay, but I'm sure some of these things could help other platforms as well.
Well, let's talk about the most generic thing for your online store, right?
Okay.
Photos.
Ah,
Taking a good photo is important. They always say a picture is worth 1,000 words, and that absolutely is true whenever it comes to selling online, because the person can't feel or touch the item, so you want to make it as visual as possible. Most people are visual anyways. People will typically look at the photos without even reading the description. If they have a question, then they'll look back at the description, but people are always going to refer to the photos for the most part. People aren't going to only read a description and ignore the photos. People will always look at the photos
True.
and oftentimes ignore the description and item specifics.
Yeah.
Especially if they're on their mobile.
Oh, 100%. Yes.
you have to like click into description on mobile. On desktop, you can just scroll down and see the description. On mobile, you have to click on it. And a lot of people just look at the pictures and hit buy or make offer.
Yeah. So a recommendation for taking good photos outside in natural light, obviously not in the harsh sun. So where there is shade. So it could be like, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you can go on the side of the house. You can take a white wrinkly sheet, throw it on the ground, put your item on top if you need to. If it's a hard item, obviously, if it's soft, you're going to need like a piece of cardboard, right? And then you can do the background removal tool. So just remember that there are things that you can use. There are apps if you don't want to use eBay's background removal tool.
What's the one? The photo one?
You download
Photo-
it first.
Photo room, I
Photo
think is what
room?
it's called.
You're gonna go
Yeah, photo room.
Photo room.
Oh, Mochi's getting locked up. Puppy prison.
Puppy. Aw.
She
Bye,
has
Mo.
itchy feet. She's been licking them. We're going to give her
Lickety
her
lick
medicine in 2 hours.
Photo room is the app.
Photo room. There you go. So for all apps, photo is very important. Oh no, did it get blurry?
That was your fault. Yeah, photo room is really good. It's good for like immediately removing the white background pictures or removing the background, making it white so that you don't even have to use the background removal tool. But yeah, it's a good one.
And then make sure whenever you are taking pictures that the color of the item in the photo, if you do edit that photo and while you're taking the pictures, represents the actual true color of the item. That's very important.
True.
You don't want someone to return an item
True.
because it's not as described because the
Yeah.
color was wrong in the photos.
And then like taking with pictures too, like making sure that you're taking, you still need to use a good background when you're taking the picture so that the app can remove the background. Because I see on eBay, now that they've put this background removal tool on eBay, when I'm scrolling through items on eBay now, I see it all the time where there's a shirt and like half of the shirt's missing.
I've seen that.
You know what I mean?
Bad.
Or there's part of a cat paw on it.
Exactly. Or like the background's so busy that there's just like pieces and you can't tell what's the shirt and what's the background.
You just need a wrinkly white
Common
sheet.
sense.
And you can get one for a flat sheet
Or a
from
poster
Walmart
board,
for $4. Yeah, but a poster board oftentimes isn't big enough for a t-shirt.
True.
So you can do that. Or you can tape 4 pieces of poster board together and get it nice and large and do the background removal tool.
Wait,
Lots of options.
Daryl, is that a real thing? Should I buy 1,000 KFC chicken scented fireplace logs from Walmart? Is that an actual thing? A KFC scented fire log?
I would say yes and keep them for the rest of your life.
Only if
Why
That's-
would
Travis
you
Scott
not
was using
want
it.
to
That's
keep
true.
them? Oh, okay.
As soon as Travis Scott shows his fireplace with those in there, they can start.
That's
That's
weird.
funny. Yeah, that's hilarious. Yes, it is. Oh wow, that's so funny. We don't have a fireplace because Florida, but maybe we can get one and burn it at the warehouse in the
Just
fire
throw
pit.
it on the front porch.
I want to
and light
see
it.
what that smells like.
And somebody says invest in a halo light. And yes, I agree. You can definitely, if you are willing to take the plunge, the first thing that we do recommend that you invest in would be lighting.
Yeah, lighting's very important. Yeah.
Lighting
Never
is
heard of
really
Halo
important.
light. I guess it's
Ring
the same
light.
as a
It's
ring
a ring
light.
light, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a brand maybe?
I wonder,
Maybe.
like a Xerox or a Q-tip, a Velcro.
All right, let me scroll back up and let's see if we can get some more questions answered.
There's some good questions in here.
Questions?
Let's see. How do you budget what you spend each month? Last month, my husband made about $6,000 from eBay, but he spent about $5,000 also in other inventory. Honestly, I don't think that's a bad thing when you're first getting your reselling business going. I think that if you can, try to take as much of the money that you're making and roll it back into the business, because that's how you build a reselling business faster. Now, a lot of people obviously have to use the profits to pay for bills and stuff, but if you have a job already and you're just using that as side income, if you can take all of the money and continuously roll it back into your business, it'll start compounding month after month. So I don't think it's a bad thing to spend as much as you make when you're first starting out. Once you get going, I would say, start setting aside 20-30% of the money that's coming in, use that as the business money, maybe pay yourself a small salary and just leave the rest of it in the business so that if a deal comes along that, that you want to buy, you can purchase. For us, like, we're in a good place now where the business is pretty much like it's well funded. So if something comes along, we can buy it. So we don't budget ourselves anymore when it comes to buying. We look at it on a per case situation at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's definitely there were times when we first started out within the first like 1 or 2 years where we didn't pay ourselves and instead use that money to grow the business. It's part of owning your own business,
Yeah.
Sometimes they choose to not pay me.
That's
I'm just kidding. JK.
Kelly, how long
JK.
have you been working with us now?
Yeah.
Over 3 years.
Over 3 years.
It's
I
crazy.
think it was 3 years in August.
That's awesome.
We've had a full-time employee.
And I can say that we've never missed a Cali paycheck
Never.
in 3 years.
He did one time. This was before I was full-time, but I was just coming in like when they would go on vacation to ship stuff. And he tried to give me a $50 bill just like as an extra thank you. And it was fake.
It's still on our desk.
And I was so
fake.
terrified that he was going to
was
think
fake.
that I went home, found a fake 50 and brought it back to him.
Because we know that's what Callie actually
Just to get
did.
another 50.
Yeah, the truth really will come out later. You'll be like, remember that 50? That's so, what's funny is that, so I got paid. I don't remember what that was for, but someone paid me for an item. I think I sold it on Craigslist. And part of what they paid me with was like $200 bills and a $50 bill. And the hundreds were real, but the 50 was fake. So I think that person or that 50 had just been going around.
It's on
So
the
funny.
desk at work.
It's still there. Yeah. So funny. Someone asked about the next mentoring group. So we're going to do one more round this year.
Nice.
It'll probably have a start date of like November 15th. I'm thinking. So
That's
probably
a good time.
November 15th to December 15th. And then when we do that, we usually take a break for like 2 to 3 months. So if you want to get into the mentoring, this would be the last round that you would want to jump
into. And it
into.
does go over Thanksgiving, so that might not work for a lot of people.
True.
Ooh.
But
So
it is
don't forget.
but it's self-paced and like this is one of the best times to do because we're in Q4.
Yeah.
What was
Oh,
that?
like
was
a frog or a lizard.
Oh, the AC.
It went into the AC.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
That's such a
Zero,
sad
no
sound.
barks.
Zero. Do not bark.
How do you ship aluminum This is a Cali question. How do you ship aluminum baseball bats and do they sell well?
I answered you in the chat, silly goose.
Oh.
The triangle USPS box. Or you can make your own box.
Yeah, those triangle boxes are still free, right? On
Yes.
USPS.com. And usually what Cali does is she'll bubble wrap the ends.
Yeah,
Right.
so the bat's not moving around in the box. I wrap just the ends because you don't need to waste bubble wrap on the middle part.
True.
Yeah.
Just
And
the
they have
top.
2 lengths for the triangle boxes, right?
There are 2 lengths, I
Is
think.
there?
Yeah, I think there's a
Yeah.
smaller one and a bigger one.
Oh,
We don't
only
use them
bought
often.
The smaller ones,
Oh.
but it's
We
not
used
like
to.
a flat rate either. So you can take
Right.
2 of the small ones. I've had to do that before with like golf clubs.
Oh, maybe that's what I'm
Where you
thinking.
take like a smaller portion of another one just to top it off. So
I
it's
bet you
long enough.
shoes would fit in them well, like really long shoes.
Ooh, some boots.
They're kind of like small though.
They are. They're like,
but like long shoes, cleats,
Got
like
like
size
clown-
16
clown
cleats.
shoes.
The boots.
Oh, you're right.
You know
Maybe.
what I mean?
You're
Because they're
right,
so
you're right.
long
Might
and
not fit.
You could like chop it off. Oh,
Yeah.
two Aussie thrifters in the chat. What's up? What's up?
guys.
Lots of cool cats.
Yeah. All right, let's see if we can get some more questions. All right, so what's some more tips then? Let's go back to the title of the video, how to make your online store better. What's a tip from Callie? Because Callie's been working a lot with our mentoring students too. So she's seen hundreds of stores now too.
Yeah.
So what tip do you have for people, Callie?
Tell us, Kelly.
Have some categories.
Ooh, share your wisdom.
To create some store categories?
Yeah, to make it easier for people to sort through your store instead of looking at everything you have listed. If they only want to look at your
Sure.
clothing items, they can click on like men's
Ooh.
clothing.
0.
Just put her
Or
on the
something
back of the
like that.
couch. She'll just like perch.
Mhm.
I think around that same thing though is like just making, if you have an eBay store, make it presentable. Like have a logo, have a banner, sort your items so
I
that
was
there's
thinking about that, but I couldn't remember what it was called. I was going to say cover photo,
yeah.
but it's called a banner.
A lot of those things, like people don't do them because they don't think that people actually go to their eBay store to shop. But what happens is when let's say you sell like a certain type of items, like for us, for example, like we're known on eBay for selling a lot of vintage t-shirts. So people will save our store. If you go look at, and obviously we're on YouTube, so people go save our store too. But if you go look at our store, you can see it says whatever, 14,000 followers. People come back to our storefront and look at the new items that we're listing from our storefront. So having a presentable, because you want to treat it like a web page. You don't want someone to come to your web page and like you have no pictures and your links are broken. Same thing with your eBay store. You want it to look presentable.
Yeah, you just want to look better than the competition. A little bit of branding never hurt anybody.
For sure. And there's free sites that you can use to do that. Like we use Canva, canva.com. And that's a free website where you can go and create graphics. I use Canva to create all the YouTube thumbnails. So it's totally free. It's cool.
It's for free.
We are your neighbors. We're in South Brandon, Florida. Bloomingdale and John Moore. That's so crazy.
Literally, we've driven past your house at least 500 times.
I lived
Same.
in Camelot Woods on John Moore. That's so crazy.
Oh, you went to East Bay and we went to Bloomingdale.
That's so
That's
crazy.
amazing.
It's a small world. It's funny, like you realize how small the reselling community is. Like it's a big,
Rico in the house.
widespread community, but it's funny how many people we
Oh
meet
my
just
God.
locally that have
So
watched our
many.
videos.
There's
and
a
stuff.
lot of people.
So many people
Yeah.
in this area. Resell. It's crazy.
Slightly scary.
I know.
And it could just be because there's a lot of resellers in Florida. But we've been other places. Like last time we were in Texas, there were a lot of people at the thrift store that noticed us there too.
Oh yeah, Texas is super full of resellers, but Texas has really good thrift stores, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
They have better inventory, I think, than here. But I don't know, some of the thrift stores in Texas are not cheap.
Sure.
They really charge for things.
Steve John, is selling vintage clothing profitable on eBay? Very, very profitable. It's not eBay. I don't think is the best place to sell vintage. I think like Depop and Instagram right now are probably the better places if you can grow your following on those platforms. But eBay is still a good place. We use eBay more for, I think like 70s and 80s sells better for us on eBay, like concert shirts, music tees.
Yeah.
And international smaller sizes sell better for us on eBay. Instagram for us is like the 90s tees, the larges and extra larges.
Yeah. Very interesting. Like each platform has a different niche, so, or niche.
It's also
Niche-y
the
niche.
age demographic.
Yeah.
Instagram has a much younger following than eBay. eBay is still, it's an older following.
Right. 90s versus 70s and 80s. That's very
Any
very
reviews on the
true.
wine you're both drinking? So it's pretty good for what it is, honestly. Costco.
Did you tell them what it was?
No.
Oh, so really interesting. We were at Costco.
Yeah.
And there was a case of wine and it said $100 off. It was $160 minus 100.
Yeah.
Like
$60 for 12 bottles.
12 bottles of wine for $60. Why? Like, what's wrong with it?
We're on bottle 10.
Absolutely. Today. In the last like
From
3
an hour
hours.
ago. Oh,
And we both worked out.
We both worked
We
out.
were just like drinking wine as we were working out. No, but so we figured, all right, 160 divided by 12. That's a decent price for a bottle.
We're always after
We're
those
only
deals.
paying $60.
Constantly
I
looking for
promise
deals.
you, this wine is worth every penny.
It's pretty good. It's called Cleaver.
Yeah, at
Cleaver.
Costco.
It's good.
$100 off, 12 bottles. Like, that's wild. I didn't even know that happened ever.
The reseller in us had to be like, that's too good of a deal to pass up.
I know. So we were like, even if it's just like nice wine, we could use it as stocking stuffers for Christmas for friends and family because it's a blend. Everybody likes a blend in our family.
Alejandro says, is Gap a resale worthy brand in general?
No.
Actually, no. It's really not.
I thought it was.
There's now there are some vintage Gap items that can sell for decent money, but I wouldn't pick up 99.9% of Gap. I wouldn't pick up. It's just very mass market, mass produced, like not high quality stuff. And if you're buying something for $2 and selling it for $8,
it's not good.
It's not worth your time to do that. It's not.
I've seen this question a couple times.
We've talked about that before.
From Angela Black. How do you decide when to do shipping for free and when to charge?
So we do free shipping. We've gone back to doing free shipping on pretty much everything that we sell. We don't lose money doing that because we add the shipping price into the cost of the item. So let's say if there's an item that's sold for $25 plus $5 shipping, we're going to list that item for $29.99 free shipping. So we're not losing out on any money because you're still charged final value fees on the shipping and the sale price of the item. But we do that. And then if you watch, I think I did a video 2 videos back where I kind of broke down like how we cost average out our shipping, where we spread it out. If we sell 1,000 items, we take the total shipping price and divide it by 1,000 items, and we cost average it out that way. But when you're first starting out, I don't think it's a bad idea to charge shipping. You can do calculated shipping. That's probably the way that I would go because you're still learning how much it costs to ship items. So instead of you having to figure that out, you're just putting in the weight and dimensions, and then eBay automatically calculates the shipping for the buyer. And it does give them more options too, because if someone wants an overnight delivery, they could pay $100 shipping to get it.
And when we first started, it wasn't like first class was region. It was between this weight to this weight. Like it was from 1 ounce to I think it was 4 ounces or 6 ounces. It was one price.
That's true.
And then from 7 ounces to, it would be like 6.1 ounces to 9 ounces, it was another price. So we wrote it down. And as we were listing things, if we were like, I wonder how much this weighs and how much it's going to cost to ship, because we would roll the cost of shipping into the item. Or if we would charge shipping, we would weigh the item and we knew how much it was going to cost to ship that item.
Yep.
So we made ourselves cheat sheets.
Yeah.
But now it's calculated so you could do on the high end. I mean, I think that it's going to be like 80 cents more if it's something further away when it's first class.
Yeah, I mean,
something minimal.
You can still say if you're selling a first class item, the most it's going to cost you to ship is $6. So you just roll that into your price and list it. And eventually, like the more you sell, the more you find out how much shipping actually costs. So we know, like on average, to ship a pair of shoes for us, priority mail, it's going to cost us under $10. So all we do is take $10 and roll it into the price of the shipping. We're not losing out any money from doing free shipping, I promise you. Not saying that it's the right way to do it, because a lot of people, larger sellers than us, charge shipping and sell just as much as us. But for our model, free shipping works great.
True. Yeah, I shipped like 12 pairs of shoes today out for under $10.
Yeah, for all 12 pairs. It was like $1 a pair.
Yeah.
Did I say that wrong?
No, that's how I wanted to hear it.
Yeah, don't we all?
Bob Dabber's in the chat.
Bobby D.
Butterfly also said, did you replay your last live with all the cool sound effects? Yeah, we listened.
Yeah.
I figured out what it was. It was actually, it's my computer. Sometimes I'll be watching a YouTube video or movie or something, and it starts doing that. Like every 10 seconds, like the speakers crackle. So I don't know. Maybe I need a new laptop.
It's just probably a solder point is loose.
Just in case, though, I did trade out the mic with the new mic. So hopefully it sounds better.
And you restarted your computer before it went live. And you said when you restart your computer, you don't have that problem.
Yeah. Exactly.
So
for like how long?
I don't know. We're going to find out.
30 minutes
till next week.
So Adam, how do I have more consistent sales?
We all farted, Bob. All of us.
I made noises. I made noises.
How do you have more consistent sales? I've been selling for 2 months, have 250 items. I go 4 or 5 days with no sales, and then suddenly have 5 or 6 sales in a single day, then back to nothing.
Consistently listing and being active on your eBay page, editing the titles, switching the pictures around.
Yep.
Don't be afraid to bulk edit and drop everything by like 5 cents or something. You know?
Yeah, that helps too.
People say the people will swear by that. Sometimes people will raise the price of everything by $1.
Mm-hmm.
and they say it helps. So,
but the biggest thing across the board is consistency, consistently listing stuff every single day. It's true. Like if you list 20 items a day, you're going to get sales. Even if you're listing the right items the right way, you're going to get sales. Like stuff's going to sell, and you will start to get consistent sales. It's when we stop listing and we think that, you know, we have enough items listed, it should just start like rolling through and paying the bills. But no.
yeah.
And the more items you have listed doesn't mean you're going to get more sales. It's consistently listing stuff every single day. I know people with 2,000-3,000 items listed, and we'll sell more stuff than them on our small store than they sell because they're not listing stuff.
And then Tracy asked if we do many auctions, and we typically only do auctions with an item if we don't know the value of it, and we know it's a high demand item,
Sure.
but we just have no idea what the value. So an auction is really good for that. Obviously, take into account whenever people are going to be online, don't end your auction at 4 a.m. It's the worst thing you could ever do. Ryan loves to snipe items at 4 a.m.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing. Lots of people have fun with that. But, oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, we also use auction to clear out old inventory.
Yeah. Clearing out old inventory.
So if we've had stuff that's been listed for 6 months on eBay and it just hasn't sold, sometimes we'll just list it as an auction at cost of what we paid. And if we get that back, we're happy. It's rare that happens because we try to buy pretty well now, but.
And don't forget, you can always end and you sell similar with your older items if it's gotten past a month, just to freshen up your eBay store.
True.
We got a super chat.
Super chat
Ooh, first super
from
chat
Denise
of the
and
night.
Ron Travels. Thank you.
Has anyone seen a decline in their promoted listing impressions? It's weird because our organic impressions have increased. Well, that's not a bad thing.
That's good.
It's not a bad thing. So I think that the decline that you've seen is because eBay's kind of changed things where they're relying heavily on their suggested promoted listing rate. So it used to be pretty much across the board, like you could promote something at 1% or something at 5%, and there was very little difference between where the items were showing on the page. Now eBay's going more on their suggested promotion because they want to make more money. It's a total greed thing for eBay. But like when you're
their way for them to how are we going to make more money? We're going to make the sellers pay.
Yeah,
remember when they were doing that?
So when you're listing something now and it shows that suggested rate at the bottom when you're promoting something, if you can afford to pay it, that's really what I would recommend going for. I would recommend going with that or something a little bit higher to rank better.
I'm with you, BG.
What?
Darren said, what's some good board games to buy for the holidays? Vintage board games are really great if they have all of the pieces and parts and if they haven't been mass produced, like not typically Monopoly,
Peach?
Obviously mass produced, and Ouija boards.
Is that
amazing?
Is that a fruit or is that a butt? Wreck-It Ralph.
Ooh,
either way,
peach.
I like it.
Yeah, who
Callie,
doesn't like a peach?
A few people have asked about your shirt and if it's vintage.
I've answered them all too.
Oh, have you? Is it a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory shirt?
It's a Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the OG. This was an Instagram ad after Gene Wilder passed away, and I had to get it because it's my all-time favorite movie.
It's a cool graphic.
Yeah.
But no, it's not vintage because it says 2016 at the bottom.
Yeah. It's not vintage.
And it's Callie, Callie.
Yeah.
True.
Spell it right.
Well, I know
kidding,
that
I
some
don't
people
care.
might think that.
Dude,
No, some people spell
said-
it CALI.
Oh, like California.
Two Aussie Thrifter says Ouija boards. That's one thing we will not sell. We've sold one. We've sold
For a
one
lot,
time.
it was like $70.
Yeah, it sold for a lot of money. We got it at a garage sale for $1 in Texas, and we sold it for like $70-something. But I was really iffy about buying it too. I don't know.
You're like, is it going to be haunted? Are we going to get haunted?
Yeah.
But we were okay.
We had one in our house growing up.
Oh,
Also-
I had one growing up. My mom was a hippie mom. We had all kinds of things in the house growing up. We had skeletons and like spines.
Real skeletons.
Well, I mean, it was anatomically
Your mom's
accurate.
a chiropractor.
Yeah.
So yes, they were real.
I mean, we probably had some type of a real
So,
boat in our house.
We're halfway through the show, guys. We're gonna keep going for another half an hour.
It's already been 30 minutes.
Yeah, crazy. Right?
Woo.
There's 336 people watching and only 90 thumbs ups. So if you guys can hit the thumbs up button on the video, we'd really appreciate it. It only takes a second. And it
Yeah.
helps us out.
Also, I could have been eating still.
Okay.
So
Did
hit
you
the
not
thumbs
finish
up
your
for me.
salad?
I
thought
stopped
you ate-
eating. Well, I
You
wanted
said
to
you
eat
had 3
more.
bites left.
I did, but I wanted another salad.
Oh, okay.
And I
Well,
didn't eat
mean-
another salad
Okay.
so that I could be here for you guys. And I want more food. Like I still want to eat. And I'm sad that I'm not eating.
We could totally turn this into a mukbang video. The Bird's Nest, thank you for the $5 super chat.
So when I first read it, it says, I want to thank you guys. And I thought they said for ignoring me. And I was like, oh no. But
that would be awesome though if someone like super chatted a hate comment. I would love
don't
that.
do that.
I would love that. If people were like F you, but it was like $20, I would totally let it slide.
Yeah.
I want to thank you guys for inspiring my wife and I. We are on day 10 and have topped 2K in sales. Valrico, wow. When did you need a CPA taxes? That's really cool. Congrats, guys. 2K in, what do you say, 10 days?
10 days.
That's very, very good.
That's insane.
Very
What
good.
y'all buying? Stuff we buy? Okay.
So,
You're buying all of our stuff.
so your
Some
guys
people
is
do feel that way though.
your next your next hurdle is going to be how do you keep that consistent, right? Because it's one thing to make 2K in 10 days, but once you run out of inventory, how do you get to the next level? So
Yeah, Ryan.
but when do you need a CPA? It's a tough question because it's different for everybody. Like a lot of people have the knowledge to just file taxes by themselves, but I don't know. I mean, we got a CPA once we registered a business. So as soon as we formed our corporation, we decided like at that point we should definitely stop trying to do taxes ourselves and let our CPA do it. And it was the best thing we ever did because our CPA helped us save a lot of money in certain areas, helped us answer questions that we had questions with. We're lucky that we have a local CPA that works well with us and knows our business in and out now. But yeah, I mean, the cool thing about most CPAs is that most of them will give you free consultations, so you can go and like talk
See
to
if they're right for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Mark too, not your dad's CPA. He's a really good guy too, and he'll answer your questions as well.
Yeah, everybody go ask him questions
Sure.
about CPA things.
Stephen John TV has asked this question like 50 times.
Oh, well, what's the question?
What city has the best thrift stores? Because you've been to all of them, right?
Well, in
Every
order
city.
to actually do like a proper experiment, you'd have to go to every thrift store and thrift
I've done that.
each season
He did
Right.
it yesterday.
I did.
in that
All of it.
city for a couple of months.
Right. That's what I did yesterday.
So 1 month per season in each city.
Well,
And then you would know
let's do it this way then. What's your favorite city to thrift in?
that we've gone to.
Yeah. Well, obviously.
When we first started reselling
Here?
What's your favorite city to thrift in?
That was a dumb
What,
question.
that we've not gone to?
Yeah, well, I mean, I can tell you cities I would love to go to.
Honolulu, Hawaii is my
Yeah,
favorite
definitely.
city that I've not thrifted in.
I want to go.
It used to be Austin. They used to have the best stuff, and
Okay.
not anymore. They jacked their prices up a lot. They
Mhm.
don't have what they used to. Houston is still one of my favorites because they have so many thrift stores. But the last time we were there, we didn't find good stuff at all.
So Texas.
But it was also Corona time. So, and then in Chicago, we've done well in Chicago, right? At the thrift stores there.
more cool winter stuff.
Yeah, they have good winter stuff, but not my favorite still.
True.
Because their prices are high. So cities are typically a bit more expensive to thrift in.
True. Texas has been my favorite too, just
But
overall.
yeah, I would say Texas.
Overall Texas. Austin is my favorite place to garage sale. They have really good garage sales. And the people, like the Austin people, don't care about what stuff's worth. A lot of them don't. They're just like 50 cents, $1.
They just want to
Nice.
they want the
Yeah.
space because a lot of people, the space is more valuable than getting what they paid for the item
true,
or what
true.
they feel like they need to get for their item.
Good question. Do you guys ever buy and resell food online?
No.
So grocery isn't a
I eat it
category.
all.
Eat it all. Grocery is not a category that we sell in, but I know a lot of people who sell grocery on Amazon and they kill it. So if it's a category that you can get, and most of it's ungated too, so you don't have to like apply to get ungated.
Wait, so you can like have your own grocery store
Yeah.
on Amazon?
Yep, I know a lot of people who literally
interesting.
they'll retail arbitrage from like Big Lots and buy all
That's such good stuff.
the stuff. The only thing you have to look at that is expiration dates
Yeah,
because
Big
Amazon
Lots is,
requires
like-
6 months.
Great.
Yeah, but I know a lot of people that'll literally go into Costco and buy a pallet of stuff and ship it straight to Amazon and sell it for more.
Mm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You just have to know your margins.
Yeah.
Because I guess if you buy 1,000 items, maybe you're only making $1.50 per item. But if you're netting $1.50 per item. For a lot of people, if
It's
it's selling in the first month and no storage fees, that's worth it.
It's a quantity game.
Yeah, it's all about quantity. It's not like you go to a thrift store and you buy something for $3 and you sell it for $30. That's not at all how that works with groceries.
Right. Tracy, we do sell wholesale t-shirts to our viewers. It's through vtgroots.com. Callie will put it in the description. We do it randomly, so you have to get on the email list. But
people are saying really interesting things.
Wow.
So Charlie said Big Lots Honey and Teas are the sellers. And then Butterfly Hustler says, I made bank selling bread yeast. This is wild.
Oh, yeah.
See, these are things that we haven't done.
Oh, yeah.
There's a whole algorithm on TikTok for bread makers.
What?
Yeah.
Do you want to borrow a bread maker?
No. I'm not interested in making bread.
I bought one.
But there's people that just make bread.
That's crazy.
We bought one at a garage sale and used it so much we gained all this weight. And then I was like, I'm not making fresh bread anymore. Because, yeah, yum.
Do you ever reply to garage sale hosts that say this is selling for $100 on eBay? I find it getting more and more difficult not to go sell, or I find it
to say go sell it on eBay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, you could say that in like a polite way if you want to. I've had people say that to me at garage sales, and I'll just break it down for them, and I'll say, I'll tell them what we do. And I'll say, well, we sell a lot of stuff on eBay, and you can get $100 for it on eBay. But remember, you have to pay 13% in fees. You have to open the account. You're going to be limited to the amount of items you can sell when you start selling on eBay. Then you have to ship it. You have to wait to get paid.
You have to figure out how to ship it too, which is very,
you have to pay for
stressful.
shipping.
It could get broken in transit or lost.
You have to pay for shipping supplies. Then you have to hope that the item doesn't get returned. Even if you have no returns on, you can still get an item not as described case. So, and if you want to sell something on eBay and you start an eBay account with zero feedback,
good luck.
Good luck. It's tough. So when you explain that to them and break it down like in a nice professional way, where you're not like,
I put in all this legwork. It took me months.
Yeah.
You know?
When you break it down like that, then that $40 offer that you're throwing out at them becomes a lot more, palatable.
Nobody wants more work. They just want to get rid of their stuff. They want the space.
Truth.
And as soon as you explain it to them, they're like, get out of here.
Oh, you right. You can just take it for free.
Yeah, I'll pay you to take it.
What do y'all use to research prices? Only Terapeak? No, we look at eBay sold comps, like just public eBay sold comps. And then Terapeak, we use the research tool on eBay. So on my eBay, we will use that research tool. We use that tool more if we're buying wholesale. So if we're buying 100 of the same item, I want to see how often that item sold and how much it sold for over the past year. So we can determine like how long we're going to be holding on to that item for.
Yeah, because remember when you look at sold comps, a lot of items don't show up on sold comps. So if you list an item as good till canceled and it sells and then you end it, that will no longer show in the sold comps.
Yes.
So it makes researching sold comps very difficult, confusing, and they're less prevalent, right? So you're getting like this skewed actuality of what sold comps truly are, which is why Terapeak is better than just looking at sold comps. So remember that.
Hillbilly says, with your course, do you give source connections? No, absolutely not. We teach you how to find the sources. So if we were just like, hey, we've mentored over 1,000 people now. So if we told 1,000 people our sources, no one would be making money. It would be impossible.
We have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars developing our courses. Our sources. So it's very hard to find a source and then to keep your source.
Yeah.
Because they're always looking for somebody, who will pay them more, or somebody has more money. So,
but if you're ever looking at like a reselling course or program or something like that, and they're saying we're going to give you a list of sources, or you can buy our drop shipping list or something like that, where you can just buy the items from us. That's not the way that this works, and that's probably a scam. So I would say don't buy something like that.
And it might, even if it wasn't a scam, it would work for like the first 5 people. And then after that, it would be saturated and that would be it for it. Mm-hmm.
Someone asked about Mike. We still work with Mike. He's running the day-to-day with the little vintage store that we opened up in Jacksonville. So that's like his baby. He's in there every single day selling vintage t-shirts out of there.
And it's by appointment only. So it's a really nice experience. You go in there, you get to try a bunch of stuff on, you get to look at it. Full attention. So I think it's a good experience.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's more of a like personal experience.
I want to see it.
Joey Bada Bing in the chat.
Bada
What's
bing.
up, Joey Bada Bing, slanging mail.
Bada bing, bada boom, Mr. UPS. USPS. Sorry.
Do you think he got mad, insulted when you said
Probably.
UPS?
Probably turned the video off immediately.
He was like, "I smash his computer now."
What's your favorite item to sell on eBay? Hello from Italy. Hi.
Where's Mochi and
T-shirts,
Zero? They're
'cause
gonna
I get
come
to
out
fold
at
them.
8:55.
Yes.
Zero's sleeping.
Say that again.
It's right there.
Would you say t-shirts is your favorite?
Yeah, I like to sell the t-shirts because then I get to fold them.
Ah, true.
Mm.
My
And they're
favorite
easy to
thing,
ship.
I think video game stuff is my favorite to sell on eBay. I like selling vintage t-shirts, but my favorite thing to sell is a video game just because it sells so fast. And I
Super
enjoy
quick.
selling that type of stuff too.
I just like to find items that I know are going to get photographed and listed.
True.
So, you know.
I mean,
But
you
my
could,
What?
favorite
That's
thing.
I mean, you got
everything,
a camera.
right?
I love
That's
looking.
everything.
I love looking at hard goods, but we don't buy them because they'll just sit there, and other stuff gets prioritized because you can only list so many things.
Exactly.
True.
You source less now because of the pandemic. We source differently.
It's very different.
So we actually
Yeah.
source more now, but we are sourcing in a different way. So we're doing more wholesale than going to thrift stores. Yeah. People need to understand that too. And we try to be very upfront with that and transparent with our business. Like 99% of the income that we get from reselling is not from thrift stores. We like going to thrift stores because it's fun for us and we can kind of teach you guys how we started. But to scale up to where our business is at now, you have to start developing those outside wholesale connections.
But when we started, it was
thrift stores and garage
thrift
sales.
stores and garage sales were 100% of
Yeah.
our business when we started.
But
And we got up to like $8,000
Yeah.
a month. That was gross, not net. Okay.
Yeah. And that's totally doable. Like we know people who make really good living only doing thrift stores and garage sales and estate sales and stuff. But
And
I
estate
I
sales.
think that there's a cap. I do think that there's a cap.
It's more of a hustle. You have to like really work at it doing just that.
Yes.
Estate
You
sales are
end up
hard.
working harder and then wearing yourself down and then you don't like it
So
anymore.
true.
But also like doing that, starting to do wholesale and scaling your business, that's also not for everybody because that makes it more of an actual job. And some people just want the fun of, you know, the thrill of the hunt and doing it one item at a time. There's nothing wrong with that at all. It's the reason why we still do it because that's the fun part of the
Yeah.
business. I could sit behind a computer all day and just order wholesale, but that's boring. So boring.
Yeah. And we do have a percentage of our business as wholesale because it's photographs of one thing and then we have 200 quantity. It puts us where we are and has
So much
made
easier
it
to
comfortable
do it
for
that
us.
way.
Yeah. But it's boring, so we mix it up.
Speaking of boring, I want to go to garage sales with you soon.
Ah, sweet.
Okay.
Well, we just started going to them.
I know.
We tried
They're
on
just
Friday,
starting
but
back
not
up again,
Saturday
kinda
morning.
Yeah.
It's too tired.
Yeah, there was actually, it was a nice comment, but someone commented on the video I posted today, the garage sale video, and they were like, man,
Oh.
I really miss your guys' long garage sale videos. Why don't you go back to doing that? And I was like, well, welcome to 2020. It's hard. Like we're doing our best to put out.
We wish, yeah.
We want to get back to that, but
We miss them too, though, and I am
Yeah.
glad that you also miss it.
me?
Person who misses it.
Oh, person that missed
the
it.
person that
commenter?
commented.
Yeah.
Dear person that commented that.
It's fun.
We also miss it, and
Yeah.
I'm happy that you miss it too.
I like to see what people buy and then want to get rid of.
That's
I
how,
love
Like
to
you
look at
understand
stuff.
them as a
Yeah.
person.
and
for
that's
some
how Callie
reason.
started with us too, going to garage sales.
I like to go to the old people community, the 55 and up
Those are the
communities,
best.
and look at all the old
Oh,
things.
you want me to sit up straight so I have ears?
Oh my god,
Your
you look
ears not
adorable.
No, the Pikachu ears.
Oh, gotcha.
You have to sit up straight always. Ryan actually has typically amazing posture when he's sitting.
Oh.
When he's
Horrible.
eating.
I thought you were going to say
posture.
bad
Ryan
posture.
eats beautifully. It's actually very attractive.
That was like one thing that was drilled into me when I was a kid, like
I
English,
appreciate
because
it.
my parents are South African, so English like table etiquette, eating with a knife and a fork and being like proper, was drilled into me as a kid. My dad made us push our chairs out and sit at the very edge of the chair, so we
Thank
weren't
God
allowed to
for
use the
small
backrest. We
miracles.
had to like actually.
I wish I had that kind of discipline growing up.
Yeah, no, I agree. 55 is not old, but
How do you?
people refer to the communities like that. So sorry if anyone took it that way, but I like the 55 and up communities.
He's a senior.
How do you feel about wombats?
Whoa.
Adorable.
I love wombats.
Wait.
Super cute.
That's a question.
I guess no question's a dumb question, but that's a dumb question because they're adorable.
When we first got to Australia, we went to this like wildlife park and they let us like pet a giant wombat. The lady was holding it, and they're huge. Have you seen an actual wombat?
Not in real life.
They're like
they're enormous.
They're like as big as me.
They're so chunky. They're thick.
And they have the personality of Mochi. It's just like a ball of bulldog.
Like lychee personality.
I want to play with one.
But did you see BG said, I want to watch Ryan eat now? Attractive, huh? Smiley face.
Oh.
Yes, very.
He's actually an excellent chef.
Oh, thank you, Kelly. 2 Aussie Thrifters says wombats are cool until they charge at you. I didn't know that they did that. I thought they were super docile.
What are you guys doing to wombats to make them charge at you?
I know, right?
Are you fighting wombats?
I know that koala bears are aggressive. I know that.
That's
they
weird
sleep
me.
like.
Yeah.
Have you seen the videos of them? Like.
No.
Yeah, I'm afraid.
No,
I would not go close to a koala
Yeah.
ever since I heard that.
They sleep like 22 hours a day and then wake up for 2 hours to murder. That's what koala bears
That's insane. Aren't they like vegetarian or whatever you call that?
I don't know. Are we married? Yes.
Colin says, I
All
literally,
all three.
all three of us
We're
together.
throuple.
These are my sister wives.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Did you see Colin?
Oh, and Callie's also my sister. So
Yes.
Oh yeah,
You're
that's
weird.
very appropriate. Okay, we're in the country.
Oh my gosh.
Don't judge us, okay?
You see, Colin says, "I literally eat like an animal." When I'm really hungry, I feel disgusting because I'm like, ah.
I know we're getting off reselling topic
you're right.
just for a little bit, and
But it got
some
fun,
people get
right?
mad. But I watched a video today because Australia is a crazy place, guys. I watched a video today of there was a kangaroo that had this guy's dog in like a headlock, and it was trying to do that like stab thing.
No, with
claws.
its back claw.
Yeah, the Australian guy runs up to the kangaroo.
Stop.
And the kangaroo lets go of the dog and bows up to him. So he like backs up and legit boom hit it in the
Boxes him?
face. He punched the kangaroo in the face.
In the face?
And the kangaroo was like, it goes like this.
Oh my
And then he like saved his dog's life though by going.
I would punch a kangaroo in the face to save
Like,
my dog.
I've never seen
I
anything.
would poop my pants.
I've never.
Their back claw can gut you. And you're like,
Yeah,
I've
that's
never
why
s-
the poop would be.
I've
in
never
my
seen
pants.
anything more Australian than this guy punching a kangaroo in the face. It was amazing.
Oh
That's
my God.
great. That's some
That's so Aussie.
cojones.
I know. Is it
Can I
blurry
say
again?
that?
If you just completely cover it and then move your hand.
Okay.
We're all
But it was
moving
fine.
around too much.
Sorry, that was a great. There we go.
You.
All right, guys. Sorry, we'll get back to your questions now. But thumbs up for the Australian stories.
That's
Frank
crazy.
and Ralph asked if they can join our marriage too. Well, do you cook? Do you clean? How good are you at laundry?
I don't cook. I don't clean.
Mm,
All right, well, Kelly is not invited to the marriage.
It's a song.
it's a song.
But also, I don't do either of those
Yeah.
things.
Do you set goals as far as how many listings you do in a day or a week? So that's more for Ben. Ben does most of our pictures and listing. We use Sellhound to list most of our
Bring in
stuff.
the dogs.
But we try to do like at least 100 items a week. That's what we aim for.
I'm gonna hold Mochi for 11 minutes.
The wine is taking over. Yeah, get
The
the
wine.
wombat.
Go get that wombat.
Come here, Womby.
Yeah, people saw that video. I'll marry Callie. Christine's gonna marry you.
Hey,
go?
where you live, girl?
Where you live?
Derek doesn't do toilets.
Well, you're out.
Rocket Ralph says I grill a lot and do laundry.
There's a bow dog.
Oh,
So we have 10 more minutes or 11 more minutes. Here's Mochi.
all right. Send us your profile now.
Oh,
You guys hear
goodness.
Mochi breathing?
Of course they do.
Yeah, that was a dumb question.
Wow. Toasting you. Toasting you says balancing part-time job, full-time college studying, computer science, and
Ooh.
eBay reselling is fun. That's a lot.
That's
Good on you for doing
Sounds
that,
like
though.
college picker back in the day.
Oh yeah,
Ooh,
true.
life.
Nice, sweetie.
Callie, let your hair down.
You don't want that right now. It's been up all day and it's gonna look like
You're gonna have bandana head.
all weird,
Bandana.
so not happening. Maybe next Monday.
Oh, it's going really fast. You read them.
What do you guys think about wholesale places like Bulk or similar places? I personally don't like them. Like liquidation.com, bulk.com. There's a few good ones, like Bstock is good, is sometimes good, but I don't like them. I think that they're hit or miss. Like 50% of the time you'll get something profitable. 50% of the time you're going to get broken stuff that, it's the way that you buy it too makes a difference. But I tell people, like with wholesale, it's better to work with authorized distributors of the actual products, or local wholesalers like liquidators and stuff like that. It's better to be able to actually see the products or work with people that will be sending you brand new items. Hopefully that makes sense. Do we use auctions on eBay?
Enjoying mochi.
I think we answered that earlier. We only use auctions for clearing out old inventory or when we don't know the value of something.
Word.
Now it's not farting from the microphone. It's talking in between Mochi's snoring.
Breathing. She's not snoring. She's breathing.
You're so cute.
It's so sweet, though.
I know. Hey, be
It's
nice
so
to its face.
sweet. I love the
Zero
face.
won't come over here. I'm
Looks
looking right at her. Come here, Zero. Come here.
She does look stoned.
Mochi.
Come
Oh,
here, Zero.
oh yeah. I mean,
Come here. The people want to see
we
you.
don't know. She has medical conditions.
Who is?
Come here.
Wait.
Zero's
right
going
here.
fast.
Like I just went and watched the kangaroo video. The way the kangaroo puffs up. I know, dude. The kangaroo was like, "What?" And then this Aussie guy was like, "Boom!"
Oh my! You had to
That's
show me this
crazy
video
what you
after.
did.
I know, I
Now all
will.
I want to watch
I
is
will.
that video.
Come here.
Do you ever buy military clothing for resale? How well does it do for you? We've done very well with
Vintage military
boots?
stuff.
The
is
boots
awesome.
and the jackets, but only vintage stuff. We don't really sell, except for boots. Sometimes we'll sell the new stuff, but vintage military stuff we've done well with. Yeah,
Ooh, a rose from Wreck-It Ralph.
Is it
He
for
like
me?
proposed that?
I'm assuming that's for Callie.
That's a dude. I don't
We don't
play
know
with
if that's a
those
guy or a
anymore.
girl. Wreck-It Ralph.
Could be
Who are
anybody.
you?
True.
Tell
Although
us
Wreck-It Ralph
about
has
you.
been in the chat before, and they've also
Hit on Allie
they-
hardcore.
Oh, on me? Oh, I think
Right?
yeah.
Is that the same person?
I'm pretty sure they have been here for you though. Most
Yeah.
of the time.
A lot of
Sorry
people
about
are
your
here
luck.
for Callie.
She's the best. She can snore anytime in front of me. Yeah, she is the
Oh.
best.
She's very
Ooh,
loved.
I like that question, Darren, because I was just talking about that. Any
Ooh.
new tattoos in the works for any of you? Yes. I'm going to get this arm finished. And I've decided I have to find the right artist because I want to do it the right way. But I'm going to do Lion King.
Oh my
It's
god,
gonna be
I'm so
amazing.
excited. Can I come and film it?
Yes. But
Yeah.
I want to do it right. So I'm willing to like travel and find the right artist.
I'm
Emoji.
gonna say, I
Emoji
just
right here.
can't wait to be king.
Yes. And it makes
Probably
sense
not
because I have
words.
the Lion King. Already
Wreck-It Ralph update. 34-year-old male. So Callie's out.
Oh.
Bye. Oh, I'm gonna get a sleeve too, but not till my debts are paid off because I'm being a responsible
That's
adult.
good. That would be
Yeah.
a good like
You should not spend money on
gold.
tats when
gold
you
like
have
trophy.
And I want to lose some more weight to
100%.
get rid of my bat wings.
a current tattoo. You
Before
can do
I
certain
tat it up.
exercises that tighten up that region. It gets your muscles built.
True. Some
I need to
dips.
do those too. Yeah, dips.
When I dip, you dip, we dip.
You put your hands up on my.
If I had $1,000 to $3,000 to buy vintage shirts in bulk, where would be a good place to look if I wanted to make 20 to 30% profit?
The bins.
In bulk, honestly,
Oh,
vintage bulk is about developing the connections. So get on Instagram, start networking with some vintage accounts on Instagram.
And you really
make-
need to know your market when you get those items, like what you can sell them for and where you're going to sell them for max dollar.
And make sure you're being
That
safe
matters.
because there are a lot of scammers in the vintage world who will just take advantage of you. So be careful about that. And again, we do vintage drops sometimes to vtgroots.com. All right, Mama. Here, let me put it down a little bit.
What?
I can't hear anything. Come here.
You don't have to hear anything. No
I
one's talking.
just want to fix your face.
We're talking.
There we go.
Zero doesn't
Zero
want to
won't come
move.
over here. She's.
I tried to get her to.
I have this big piece of lamb I asked for one year for Christmas. I was like, all I want is that giant piece of lamb from Costco. So one year Ryan bought it for me for Christmas, and it makes its way around the house. And
giant
Zero
piece of what?
It's
lamb.
like a lamb.
It's a lamb.
It's a
skin.
lamb skin.
But we also eat the lamb from Costco.
Why is that not working now? No, it's all blurry
Wait
again.
for it. Wait for it. It's there.
Oh,
Oh. Now what
Magic.
green?
that's good enough. When to upgrade to the next store subscription? Do the math. Like, go and see is it worth it to continue to pay the listing fee, or to upgrade to the next store subscription? I don't know what level you're at, so it depends on where you're at. Usually with like a premium store, it's better to just pay for the pay for more listings for most people than to go to an anchor store, because an anchor store is a lot more expensive.
My hair still dyed. It's just growing out. Oh no, it's like dark, the dye, because it's so unhealthy. So I've been trying to grow it out. So I think whenever it grows out to about here, I can re-dye it again. I don't know. I want healthy hair again. I'm almost over the color at this point. And my favorite hair dye is no longer made. So I don't even know if I want to dye my hair anymore. I'm that bitter about it.
We should tie dye.
There's
your
the
hair.
alley hair talk. Every live, got to get it in one time.
I was
every
asked
live.
a couple times, and I didn't want to miss answering. I'd never say your name right, Burkiti, but Burkiti is always here. So I wanted to make sure that I addressed their question because they're loyal. You loyal.
What's the one item you avoid like the plague and cringe when you see it while sourcing?
Oh, God.
That's tough.
Anything that doesn't make
Beanie
money.
Babies.
Dirty
Even though they did
items.
well for people.
I don't
That's
know.
a weird question. Like,
That is a weird question. I guess for me, it's like the mall brands that you see most of the time. So like the Old Navies and Gaps and
Oh, baby stuff.
baby stuff. We don't sell a lot of baby stuff.
We don't sell any baby stuff.
Yeah. But I don't know if there's any one item in particular that we avoid.
Oh, we just avoid categories.
Yeah, dollar store stuff, like cheaply made.
God, yeah.
Yeah.
Funny thing about Goodwill, they actually have Dollar Tree items for more money.
Who does? Oh, Goodwill. Yeah.
For $1.50.
That's really cool. You see Slice Keeper?
yeah.
Says, I found this channel through Chris Dunn. Now he
Oh,
does some crypto videos. What's your take on that idea? So Chris is actually, he's been in crypto forever. He was one of the first people trading Bitcoin.
he's the first person I even knew who did it.
And Chris is actually the person that got us on YouTube. So
That's right.
YouTube wouldn't really even exist if it wasn't for Chris and Nikki.
Yeah, he was like, you should do it. And then you said, all right, I'll do it.
Yeah.
But
So
stop.
props to them. He's a really, really smart guy. His wife, Nikki, is even smarter.
And she's my best friend.
Yeah.
And she's a financial advisor now. So
And the way we know them is Chris's wife, Nikki, is Ryan's best friend from high school's sister.
yes.
And Callie's best friends with Nikki.
Yes.
And Ryan best friends with Tony.
Our
And then
best
that's how
friends
we all
are
know each other.
siblings.
Our best friends are siblings.
Your best friends are siblings.
And we're siblings.
And we're siblings.
And your siblings.
And married.
with Allie, Mochi, and Zero.
Yes.
And sometimes Ben.
Some Vera Bradley stuff does really well still. Yeah. Some
That
stuff
was like
does.
my first sale.
Laptop backpack. I
Yeah.
remember that.
It's in a
And then
video.
Chris,
Go back.
we're going to do mentoring November 15th to December 15th, most likely.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Oh, well, thank you for saying that, Steph and Dave Johnson. Appreciate you guys.
Oh, thank you.
We love the feedback too, guys. Positive or constructive criticism is fine. We want the feedback. I know a lot of people ask for just for us to start going back to the types of videos that we were making in the past and stop doing so many vintage t-shirt unboxings, which totally I take that to heart.
We want
100%.
to. It's just Corona.
Well, we have too. If you go and watch the past 20 videos we've done, we've started doing that. So
Yeah, but also Corona isn't as bad as it was, so people are actually having garage sales again, and thrifting has gotten better. But a lot of thrift stores in our area still aren't accepting items.
true.
They're just using stuff that they have, and they haven't been putting out new stuff, and the shelves are pretty bare, or racks are pretty bare. So we want to, guys. I promise you.
And we will start traveling again too. Once stuff opens up and it's safe to start traveling again, we'll do that. We'll try to bring Callie with us too, so she can film and edit for us.
Are we going to Hawaii or New Zealand
Sure.
first?
Well, we
Oh,
have to get
me
you. We do need to get you out of the country though.
Yeah.
I need a passport.
We'll get a
first.
passport.
But I don't have a reason to spend that money yet.
Get a passport, and you also have to get global reentry.
What's that mean?
Because we're getting that.
I'm so excited.
What is that for?
It's just like a.
Well, if
easier
I
way.
buy all the tickets, I'm pretty sure everybody's on.
Oh, nice.
That.
I'm done with that.
Is my question not a question that is answered in this type of video? I don't know what your question is. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. We do see a lot of questions.
Jack
so-
goes fast. I saw that one. So.
I know we do typically also, when we are looking at questions, we try to answer a question that is not as Googleable, so
Sure.
I don't know what yours was, but I know sometimes we do get questions that you could literally just type it on Google. So we try to avoid those and answer the questions that are, a
Less
bit more,
Googleable.
Convoluted.
Like, do you wash your t-shirts before listing them? We wash everything that needs to be washed. So if the shirts have like stains or they smell or something like that, obviously we'll soak them and wash them and make sure they're in good condition. But a lot of the stuff that we buy comes pre-washed. So because we're buying large collections from people, when it comes to us, it's already washed and smells good.
And we always say, don't forget, most people donate from their closets and not their hampers.
True.
Wreck-It Ralph says, I wish I was that dog's belly.
Oh, look at it.
Oh my
Love it.
gosh, that's so funny.
You guys got to see so much of Mochi tonight. And it's 9. Sorry Zero didn't come. She's just loving life on the lamb right now. She's being kind of a little brat.
I feel like this live
Get over here.
video went really
Zero.
fast.
Yeah.
Come here, girl.
I hope we answered a lot of questions. And I also hope that instead of being too serious, you guys had fun. And we got more people in the chat now that there is a bulldog.
Guys, please, before the video ends, please hit the thumbs up button. I'd appreciate it.
Remember those things at the mall?
Yeah.
You think Mochi
the
feels
head
like I'm doing
massages.
that to her head?
I always tried to not make
Oh.
direct eye contact with those people so I could just
It
keep
always got
walking.
stuck in my hair. Oh, we lost a viewer as I'm scratching Mochi's head. Went from 380. Oh,
You covered
we
your
lost
face
another
up.
one.
Well, because we said bye. But thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be back live Monday nights. Every Monday night at 8 p.m. we go live. So come back and hang out with us again. We're going to start doing more giveaways. We have some new merch coming out soon. We just have to make it.
Oh, yeah, I
Make it.
know.
So please subscribe if you're not subscribed, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Later.
Peace.
Holla.
Bye.
Toodaloo.
Say bye, Ma.
Ciao, ciao.
Say bye, everybody.
Bye. Adios.
Bye.
Oh, hi.